Well, ScrewAttack did it again. Just like Bayonetta vs. Dante, Thor vs. Wonder Woman, Android 18 vs. Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel vs. Shazam, Ichigo vs. Naruto, and Hulk vs. Brawly, they fixed the match. I will be debunking the conclusion to this obviously biased episode.
I think they could have just talked this one out.
This was a nail-biter, and perhaps that's surprising, since Raven's reputation hardly matches that of the almighty Phoenix.
Probably because Raven's always holding back. When she does it, you don't have to dig too deep to see that these two are evenly matched in power.
The Phoenix Force was strong enough to hold back the destruction of all creation, but Raven had multiple showings of battling similarly powerful characters like Trigon and the Spectre.
What the hell are you talking about? Old Man Phoenix, by your own analysis, held back the first Firmament's omniverse-destroying flood.
With Old Man Logan as its host, the Phoenix saved the entire Omniverse from destruction.
Yeah, basically the embodiment of the previous multiverse got mad and tried to flood reality with his evil juices. So, Old Man Phoenix held back a tsunami that would have erased all of Marvel Comics.
Let's move on.
The quote-unquote, "let's move on" statement shows how you guys wanted to diminish and brush aside this top-tier feat.
Jean reached her ultimate state of being, the White Phoenix of the Crown.
Sounds like a Dark Souls boss, and just as bullshit. White Phoenix is a perfect merging of Jean and the Phoenix Force, allowing her to control time and space and hold friggin' universes in her hand.
And giving her dominion over the White Hot Room, the highest plane of existence and the center of the Phoenix's power. Beyond the far shore of reality, it is a dimension the Phoenix has complete control over and even gets stronger while in it.
But
the fact you guys made the White Hot Room a non-factor is just transparently bias. ScrewAttack even ignored the Phoenix's multiple Beyonder encounters, be it directly or indirectly. For crying out loud, they made two written references to the Beyonder.
Sure, Jean got a power boost in the White Hot Room, but that didn't make her invincible. The Phoenix has been overpowered there before, like by this big green cat.
The same big green cat, also known as the Tiger God, that dominated Logos, a cosmic being that killed the living tribunal, the most powerful being in creation. The same big green cat whose surprise attack was quickly countered by the Phoenix overpowering it. That big green cat? Oh, another factor they made a reference to is Mysterium, an anti-magic metal. They claimed that the Phoenix and Jean Grey, knowing and having direct access to this metal, knowing it has anti-magic properties, knowing it has been used for anti-magic weapons to fight off magical beings like Dormammu, are too stupid to use it as a weapon themselves. Bias, bias, bias.
So throw stats out the window.
Because, if they were honest, Raven would have been significantly outmatched against the White Phoenix inside the White Hot Room. According to ScrewAttack's Black Box, the Phoenix inside the White Hot Room is vastly superior to the power of the Beyonder.
Galactus, Silver Surfer, and even the friggin' Beyonder. Yeah, I know, this mulleted doofus doesn't look like much, but he apparently has millions of times the power of the entire Marvel multiverse.
The Phoenix has fought and defeated the Beyonder, matches the power of the Starbrand, which can kill a Beyonder, is the cosmic counterpart to the Scarlet Witch.
Wanda's powers kept growing and growing, turning her into a being strong enough to rival even the mightiest of gods. Like, literally, Wanda's chaos magic is counterpart to the Phoenix Force, the embodiment of cosmic order.
That's House of M Scarlet Witch, by the way.
Wanda snapped, and she took the multiverse with her.
By tapping into an inconceivable and unknowable pool of energy known as the Life Force.
The same life force that Dr. Doom compares to the Beyonder.
Once her family and friends discovered the lie of their new lives and turned against her, she uttered 3 fateful words and erased nearly all of mutant kind. No more mutants.
Wanda weaved her magic throughout all of existence, created cracks across reality which spread throughout the Omniverse, and threatened to annihilate all of creation, the entirety of Marvel's infinite cosmology. Everything that ever was.
Shit got dark.
In addition, Phoenix Cyclops was able to damage God Emperor Doom, who stole the power of many Beyonders. It only took 3 Beyonders to kill the hierarchy of cosmic entities within the 7th cosmos. like Infinity, Eternity, Lord Chaos, Master Order, and the Living Tribunal.
However, Raven's ability to survive and fight as just her soul meant that most of Jean's offensive arsenal could not end the fight.
The Phoenix has taken the souls of the X-Men both voluntarily and forcibly, sucked the life out of the resurrected Mar-Vell, and choked out the Tiger God, also known as the Tiger Spirit.
The Phoenix Force could have attempted to possess Raven's soul, but Raven has tethered her essence to other similarly powerful beings and absorbed them in the past.
First, comparing the 4 Riders of the Apocalypse to the freaking White Phoenix of the Crown inside the White Hot Room is so absurdly false that it is sickening. And second, Raven absorbing the 4 Riders almost immediately corrupted her soul, which is one of the Phoenix Force's most notable abilities, soul corruption.
And while the Phoenix's fire has shown to burn souls, Raven's has regenerated from complete disintegration.
The only example you guys used does not state this at all. It only claims that Dark Angel tried to kill Raven. That's it. No indication of soul disintegration. All that is shown is Raven's soul self getting shattered and Raven recovering shortly afterwards. The extent of Raven's soul regeneration is ambiguous at best. On the other hand, the Phoenix disintegrated the Goblin Queen and annihilated Dormammu.
On the flip side, Jean actually had very little defense against Raven's soul manipulation. The Phoenix could regenerate Jean's body, but not her spirit.
When Rachel Gray's soul was shattered, the Phoenix was actually incapable of healing it on its own.
This is only relevant to the host. The Phoenix Force can fight on its own. And even so, the Phoenix with a host has fought and defeated powerful soul manipulators/destroyers like Necrom and Dormammu. As a matter of fact, the battle with Necrom revealed that the Phoenix bonds to the soul of the host, meaning to destroy the person's soul the Phoenix Force must be overpowered.
So it could be one hell of a war of attrition, but ultimately only Raven had the ability to finish this battle.
False. Just false. This matchup is just another example of ScrewAttack picking the winner before the analysis. I'm going to correct that.
With Old Man Logan as its host, the Phoenix saved the entire Omniverse from destruction.
Yeah, basically the embodiment of the previous multiverse got mad and tried to flood reality with his evil juices. So, Old Man Phoenix held back a tsunami that would have erased all of Marvel Comics.
Jean reached her ultimate state of being, the White Phoenix of the Crown.
Sounds like a Dark Souls boss, and just as bullshit. White Phoenix is a perfect merging of Jean and the Phoenix Force, allowing her to control time and space and hold friggin' universes in her hand.
And giving her dominion over the White Hot Room, the highest plane of existence and the center of the Phoenix's power. Beyond the far shore of reality, it is a dimension the Phoenix has complete control over and even gets stronger while in it.
The White Phoenix of the Crown inside the White Hot Room can kill the Beyonder, and dwarfs his power.
Friggin' Beyonder! Yeah, I know, this mulleted doofus doesn't look like much, but he apparently has millions of times the power of the entire Marvel multiverse.
Since even without Trigon, she's strong enough to accidentally destroy the universe.
With the Rings of Azar, Raven bonded with Azarath to overpower Trigon and destroy his soul.
Trigon's destroyed entire universes, and even killed Dr. Fate in an alternate dimension. Fate was one of the only characters to survive the crisis that literally collapsed the multiverse.
Phoenix is over 1 million times stronger than the Marvel multiverse. Raven is as strong as the DC multiverse. The White Phoenix of the Crown inside the White Hot Room is more powerful than Rings of Azar Raven.
She can fly at massively faster than light speeds.
The Phoenix flew from Earth to Shi'ar space inside the Triangulum galaxy within a heartbeat, 3/5 of a second. The distance between Earth and M33 is 2.723 million light-years. This means the Phoenix was moving around 4.5 million light-years per second.
And wage mental battles across infinite distances in seconds.
but Trigon is one of the biggest, baddest mother effers in DC Comics. Literally evil personified. He's wiped out the Justice League with no effort, including our old pal, pre-Crisis Superman.
The same Superman who flew so fast he broke the bonds of infinity, and even killed Dr. Fate in an alternate dimension. The same Dr. Fate who flew across reality at the velocity of God.
Now, remember how Fate's helmet flew from Earth to the edge of the universe and back?
It took about 1 year to make this trip. Now, the exact size of the DC universe is a hotly debated topic. I know, very interesting stuff.
Oh, just skip to the good part, nerd.
Fine. There's plenty of evidence that it is larger than our own known universe. And there is more than 100 trillion light years between the Earth and the foreseeable edge.
This means the helmet of Fate traveled around 6.3 million light-years per second. Phoenix is 142 trillion times faster than the speed of light, while Raven is 200 trillion times faster. Phoenix Rachel Gray is slightly slower than Raven, who defeated Trigon, who defeated Dr. Fate. Going off what they recorded, Phoenix Jean Grey has more useful and effective abilities than Raven in a match like this. In addition, the Phoenix has empathic manipulation, like when she absorbed the emotions and experiences of the universe and forcibly transfer them to and overload the Beyonder. And final note, ScrewAttack, or the editor, went out of their way to reference Mysterium, which was created in 2020. Personally, I didn't know Mysterium existed until I read their black boxes. In that black box they state, and I quote, "Though it may technically be harvested from primal carbones found within the White Hot Room, neither Jean nor the Phoenix have ever weaponized the anti-magic properties of Mysterium," end quote. Which is a flat-out lie. First, Wong talked to Jean about how Mysterium is like poison for magic users, comparing it to Terrigen for mutants. From that conversation, Jean knew this White Hot Room metal was deadly against spellcasters. And second, and more importantly, she gave a Mysterium coin to Doctor Strange in order to fight off Dormammu right in front of her. Jean knows that Dormammu was defeated using Mysterium before, and indirectly used the metal as a weapon. For crying out loud. Hope Summers used a Mysterium bullet to kill Selene Gallio, who had vampire magic protections, meaning that Krakoa is actively using the metal as a weapon. This statement is just garbage to the highest degree. In short, ScrewAttack fixed the match. Raven was always going to win regardless of research. They overestimated Raven's power feats, like her fight with the Spectre, while downplaying the Phoenix's overwhelming force, like her encounters with the Beyonder and the Tiger God. Interpreted Raven's abilities to the high end with little to no supporting evidence, like her soul regeneration, while massively underestimating the Phoenix's abilities, like the confirmed disintegration of the Goblin Queen and annihilation of Dormammu. And basically hiding Raven's vulnerability to soul corruption, especially through possession, while basically ignoring the Phoenix's ability to merge with the host's soul, protecting it. And for the kicker, they refused to let Jean Grey use her Mysterium coin, an anti-magic metal, which would have guaranteed a victory for Phoenix.
I'm calling this debunked.